Number 6, being disappointed in your family of origin. And I think when you reach the age of 35 to 40, you begin to reflect upon your childhood and upbringing. And I think many people start to see the glaring negative effects of our upbringing, and namely our parents, our siblings. And I think, raised in a situation where you didn't really get sufficient support or encouragement, or you might have been abused, you might have been spanked. And I've mentioned this many times, beating kids creates people who become either quite violent themselves, or they become very anxious, very nervous, and they are afraid to explore new things, right? Because especially, for example, my example is a typical African family. If ever you were to ask inquisitive questions or to speak back, in most cases you'll be assailed or smacked. And I think this only encourages kids to not explore and to not think outside of the box. And I think many people in this type of situation are prone to things such as loneliness, or to have anger issues, to not be in control of their emotions because of this type of upbringing. And so people who are honest will start to look at their family of origin in a certain way, in a negative way, which I think is fair, to be honest. It's fair for you to review how you were raised and to acknowledge whether it was good or it was bad, or maybe it was something in between. But I think the family definitely will affect your mental health, your state of mind. I think if you're growing up in a family, in a household where things aren't stable, maybe you don't have both parents in your life, there is a level of feeling fearful or risk, or maybe you're being introduced to new adults frequently, you are trying to be your parental or guardian role. These things can leave people feeling depressed, young people feeling depressed, because they lack that stability and the safety that is required for a positive and a healthy state of mind. Right? And I'm not saying blame your parents, blame your siblings, and I'm not saying you are perfect. That's not what I'm saying, but we need to appreciate, and we need to also destroy the myth of the perfect parents, like our parents could not do no wrong. In many cases, their direct influence on us in terms of abuse and stuff like that, very negative, very bad. If you've experienced stuff like this, I want you to check out these two YouTubers that I'm going to put on the screen now. Very perfect for detailing how our upbringing affects us now. But that is definitely a topic that could influence negative thoughts into your head.